I'm back from my vacation, and it means it's time to get back into the swing of things, and we're gonna have a look at what's been going on in Elite, Star Citizen, and what's gonna happen in the future. Now, as I've been gone for the last 2 weeks, a lot of this is gonna be like a recap of what's happened in the last 2 weeks, but there's also gonna be some looking forward. First of all, in Elite Dangerous, we have update 13 being launched tomorrow. A lot of it is obviously the whole performance optimization and all that stuff that Frontier is saying, but we do have some interesting stuff coming in this patch. First of all, we have the conclusion of the Artemis saga. You might remember that this was the whole thing that started with the derelict, like ghost ship that suddenly arrived in Chukchan and led us on this whole chase and whole like story arc about how the first Thargoids were discovered and the Artemis Corporation and all that saga that's been leading up to this like conclusion that we're going to get now with update 13. And just a quick recap if you haven't been following the story. Salvation, this mysterious person, has been building this super anti-Thargoid nuke, basically. And this, for the last month, people have been fighting, trying to get enough materials collected, try to keep the Thargoids away from the weapon, so it could be built, and it's currently being charged up as we speak. The weapon is supposed to fire when update 13 hits tomorrow. Exactly how this Proteus weapon is going to work in game, we don't know. Frontier's making a huge deal out of it. Like, they're pulling all the tricks out of the book. They're making sure there is like custom paint job you can win if you watch stream on the day of the patch. They're encouraging people, like they're posting 2 or 3 times a day about people like get into this, like go to the system, go check it out. So they're really trying to make a huge deal out of this. And there's been a lot of discussion back and forth exactly how this is going to work. I mean, usually what I think most people are expecting is that it's going to be like systems full of Thargoid like patches deployed, and while the servers are down for the deployment, that's when the whole like weapon goes off. And when we log back in, what we see is then the aftermath. So we don't see the actual weapon fire. At least that's how people think. I don't know if that's the case. It's just really stressed. I don't know if that's the case, but we'll see how exactly it's going to work. I think, and it's going to be more than just like there's a bunch of dead Thargoids and there's a Galnet article. I think it's going to be slightly more than that, if that is what Frontier is doing. If it's all just, yeah, the weapon fired, all the Thargoids are gone, and here's a huge Galnet article explaining how Salvation saved humanity. Ta-da! Mission completed. Well done, guys. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed, myself included, because Frontier's made such a huge deal out of it. But we'll see exactly what happens. I hope it's going to be something cool. At least I'll be live streaming it tomorrow when the patch goes live, and we'll talk more about that later. But there are other things coming in patch 13 or update 13. You may remember, like way back when Odyssey was I think when they decided to postpone the console release. Actually, what they said they wanted to do was, in time, when Odyssey was more optimized and it was performing a little bit better, they wanted to move people over from the old graphic over to the new Odyssey graphic engine. And that's something they're doing here in patch 13 as well. Gonna be 3 different game modes, or 3 different ways you can launch Elite. You of course can launch it in Odyssey. That's gonna work exactly as it is today. Launch Odyssey, go. So that's nothing new there. And this is gonna be the same with Horizon. You can also launch Horizon the same as it is today. So that's what's called Horizon 3.8. So that means you can still launch Horizon in the old graphics engine. But you can now also launch Horizon in version 4.0, which is the same version as Odyssey. Obviously, if you launch Horizon in 4.0, you're not going to get all the on-foot stuff. You're not going to get all the new like suits and handheld weapons and all that stuff that comes as part of Odyssey. But you are going to get the new graphics. But you have the choice. That's important to make to distinguish between. You have the choice between new or old graphics. You can launch whichever version you prefer. If you play Horizon. In Odyssey, obviously, you only have the new graphics. One of the other things that's being moved over as well is if you play Horizon in 4.0, you seem to also get access to the Scorpion SRV, which is this new combat SRV. It turns out to be quite an interesting patch. We'll see how long this whole Athamas Saga or Proteus weapon narrative is going to continue to run. As I'm not sure if it's going to be like some big event right after patch and then done deal, it's over, or if it's going to be something that's going to still develop over the time of the patch. We'll have to wait and see about that as well. But at least this is, I think, one of the best patches Frontier's done, well, in a year, pretty much. So at least if it looks like it could be. We haven't seen it yet. So with that caveat, it looks like it could be a very interesting patch. But also in Elite, it's been quite a while since I've been talking about BGS and both Terra X. But today I actually want to talk a little bit about Project Greenfield, as it is almost completed. If you don't know what Project Greenfield is, it's something that our faction, Terra X Astrocorp, and a Anarchy faction called The Code, we joined forces, I don't even know how long, like half a year ago or something, because after the launch of Odyssey, there was some issues with it being extremely difficult for Anarchy factions to stay in control of systems, meaning that Anarchy systems were slowly going extinct. And in order to try and prevent it, we teamed up with The Code to try and make a farming heaven. Because obviously, if you're farming materials in Odyssey, going to Anarchy systems is key, as you can then farm and kill people to your heart's content without getting bounties. We've tried to build a system where you could farm away as much as you want without negatively influencing the BGS of the system and destabilizing the system. That's what our goal. And we laid out a plan how we wanted to do it, and we are almost done. Like, most of the settlements has been transferred to the correct owners. There is still a little bit here and there we need to fix. We're not there, but we're almost done. And that means that pretty soon we're going to be able to open up a rare and say, go guys, if you need to farm, there's your place to go. And we basically built what should hopefully be one of the best farming spots in the game for Odyssey materials. I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who's been involved. It's been a massive project. It's taken a long time. As I said, we're not quite there, but we are getting really, really close now. So yeah, huge thumbs up to you guys. There's still work to be done. And just because Project Greenfield is done in O'Rare, doesn't necessarily mean that we're done creating farming heavens. We do have plans of maybe doing something similar in other systems, where we're going to try to make more farming systems, because the system or the settlement variety in Rare is quite limited. So we want to maybe find a system where we have more variety in the types of settlements, and maybe try to do it again in another system after we've seen if it is in fact stable in the way we want after we open up Rare. If we move over to Star Citizen, while I've been gone, update 3.17.2 has been launched into live servers. I've talked a lot about the previous Hello Daves, like all the stuff that's being added into 3.17.2. Pretty cool patch with some new sites, new locations to go and look at. Also both like planet site, moon site, or whatever you want to call it, and also space-based locations that we could go and explore, run missions in, have a look at, and play around with. And some new game mechanics and stuff regarding spawning again NPCs and stuff like that. So lots of cool stuff in this patch. I have not yet been in playing. At the time of this recording, I have not yet been home from vacation for more than 24 hours yet. So I haven't really had the time to go in and experience the patch too much just yet. I've been trying to keep up with the news while I was off on vacation, but obviously it's been a little lacking how much I've been paying attention. But I did read something that there was some issues with the wallet right after the patch. I didn't read too much into it, and that they apparently added like 1 million alpha USC to all accounts. I don't know. Something was going on there. I just briefly read some posts about it. So it seems hopefully that's been resolved now. It seems like it has. And CIG has given us some extra cash as compensation for some of those wallet issues. But yeah, definitely looking forward to going into that patch. I've been considering to also do like a Howard kind of series over in Star Citizen. So to basically put Howard over in Star Citizen 2, and then play like a Zero to Hero like series of videos. So it's not just going to be one video, but I'm considering it right now to do a whole series of videos where we start out fresh, brand new account. We work our way up to through the ranks, through different types of missions, and then we see like how the game is from a new player perspective. Now, finally, this is a long hello Dave today. Finally, for the live stream tomorrow, I'm gonna start a little early, I think. I don't know exactly when. My plan is that as soon as update 13 is live, I'm gonna go live as well. So as soon as the patch is dropped, I'm gonna be live. I don't know when that is. We don't have any time frames from Frontier yet. We usually only get those on the day, but my expectation is it's gonna be somewhere in the afternoon, Europe time at least. We'll see when it goes live. We're gonna jump in. We're gonna see what all this fuss is about with the azimuth thing, and depending on how much stuff there is to do, how much stuff there is to see, it might either be an extremely long live stream or it might be a very short one. We will see. But at least tomorrow I'll be starting live streaming early, and we're gonna go in and we're gonna have a look at what's in update 3. What's in update 13? Getting these patch numbers mixed up. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in space.